When you picture the HUTT clan in Star Wars, they're just about the farthest thing from a Jedi that you would ever see. They're greedy and only seek wealth and power for power's sake. They are never interested in protecting those, even those that they're close to, only interested in furthering their own goals and diabolical scheme. It is even exceptionally rare for a HUTT to be force sensitive in the first place. However, it's not impossible. In today's video, we will be discussing a HUTT member that actually became a Jedi Knight, and the only HUTT to ever be inducted into the Jedi Order, and ultimately why this HUTT fell to the dark side of the Force. Today, we will discuss the story of Baldorian the Splendid. Baldorian was a HUTT that was discovered by the Jedi Order and brought to the Jedi Temple on Coruscant to begin training at an extremely young age, something that's very common for a Jedi, to be stripped away from their family at such a young age. This was something though that worked in Baldorian's favor, as the Jedi were able to find the HUTT at an extremely young age, before he was corrupted by the other members of his family and became a crime lord like the rest of them, potentially the most dangerous of them, as again, he did hold a strong connection to the Force. As a Jedi Padawan, Baldorian showed no signs of being more attuned to the dark side of the Force than any other Padawan. In fact, Baldorian was considered an above average Jedi initiate, and was eventually selected by a Jedi Master to be trained as a Knight. Surprisingly so, Baldorian would even pass his Jedi trials when the time came, and would eventually ascend to the rank of Jedi Knight, making him the first ever HUTT to become a pure and full-fledged Jedi. As a full Jedi Knight, Baldorian was sent on missions on behalf of the Jedi High Council. On one occasion, he and another Jedi Knight were sent to a planet to negotiate peace among people, as two colonies were fighting with one another, and the Jedi were again sent to attain peace. However, when Baldorian arrived, he found out that he was far more powerful than any of them, and that they could be extremely easily influenced by his usage of the Force. As a result of this, he ultimately gave into the lure of the dark side of the Force, and convinced his Jedi comrade to turn to the dark side as well. At this moment, Baldorian was no longer a Jedi Knight, but a Dark Jedi, a practitioner of the dark side of the Force and the many powers that it offered. For nearly 400 years, Baldorian reigned on this planet as its king, but when Order 66 broke out and Darth Vader began eradicating the Jedi, Baldorian decided to lay low, knowing full well that the Emperor would not hesitate to send Lord Vader to the planet to kill Baldorian along with the other Jedi. Baldorian would remain undetected by the Empire for its entire reign, never catching the attention of Lord Vader or Lord Sidious. However, when a new Jedi Order rose with Luke Skywalker and Leia Organa at the forefront, Baldorian would catch the Jedi Order's attention. When a member of Luke Skywalker's new Jedi Order discovered that there was something wrong on this planet and ventured down to it to explore. Eventually, this young Jedi was defeated and captured by Baldorian, at which point Luke Skywalker and Leia Organa ventured down to the planet. Then, both of them were in fact captured as well, as Baldorian began to explain the long story of his life, gloating to Luke Skywalker that he too had been trained by Jedi Master Yoda, and that he was far older and more powerful than both of the Skywalker twins, claiming that they were some of the greatest prizes he would ever possess. However, Leia was actually able to get a hold of her lightsaber and battled Baldorian in one-on-one lightsaber combat. Although Leia Organa would admit that Baldorian was naturally more skilled and powerful than her in lightsaber combat, he had grown fat and slow, with Baldorian being roughly 3 times the size of Jabba the Hutt. Eventually, Leia, being more swift, would cut Baldorian in half, killing him and ending his reign. It was later revealed though that Baldorian had actually grown to be one of the most powerful Dark Jedi that had ever lived, and it was only during the reign of the Empire that he became fat and slow, being considered one of the greatest lightsaber duelists ever before the Galactic Civil War began, as unlike most HUTTs, before he became fat again, he used the Force to maintain a muscular form, and was extremely difficult in lightsaber combat, as he was simply far stronger than anyone he came against. Baldorian was also known to conjure Force storms, an extremely difficult Force ability to use, and something even the Dark Lord of the Sith, Darth Sidious, struggled with. Unfortunately for him though, time would eventually weigh against him, and Leia was able to overcome him in lightsaber combat. Perhaps the most interesting thing about the HUTT Jedi Master or Dark Jedi though is that he specialized in Form 7 lightsaber combat Juya, or the Ferocity form, the same lightsaber form as Darth Maul. But that is everything that we know about Baldorian, the HUTT Jedi Dark Jedi. But what are your thoughts on this HUTT Jedi, and the only HUTT Jedi that we know of so far in Star Wars legend? Had you heard of him before this video, and what are your thoughts on him after watching? Thank you guys as always so much for watching. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.